Alright, welcome back everyone. So today we're going to look at a 3-player game that was sent to me. This is going to be another blind review. Um, I do not know what happens in this game or what the plays are, but I was told that my discussion in the previous video struck a chord with him when it came to this game, so that's all the context I have. Um, so this is an arena game. If we wanted to, we could check these people's ratings, but I don't think it's really relevant. Right now, we'll probably be able to guess their ratings based on their play. And so let's take a look at this opening hand. We are the last place player, so we are not going to have much say in what happens here to start. Um, Looking at our cards and preludes, I know that the Jovian lover in all of us wants to go Phobolog with Acquired Space Agency and Terraforming Ganymede and Space Station and let the dice fall where they may. And while that sounds really fun, probably not correct to do. Though that does sound really fun. If we had some space events in hand, I think it'd be a lot more viable. But without that, I think you gotta be a little more conservative. So I believe I would go Tharsis here, and there's a couple lines of play. All of them are a little bit interesting. Um, so we could go bumper, right? We have the biofuels and the nuke power, and with the two of these things combined, we can get a bumper going on with the steelworks in hand and push the oxygen track along, getting our steel, which we'll then use for developing plays. Um, that's okay. The problem with a bumper line is it means that you're not very incentivized to play to the board. The problem is that we're looking to play Tharsis because Phobolog just doesn't really have the capital to really pull it off super well, though they could. Um, so if you're playing Tharsis, then you really don't want to go with Steelworks because now your cities aren't going to get much value out of them. Also, we have Experimental Forest, which is one of the best preludes. Tharsis is very interested in Experimental Forest, and I see we have a domed crater here as well. So with Experimental Forest, domed crater, we could get off a city Experimental Forest into dome crater into convert, or we could do experimental forest city and then SP greenery convert. We can claim up all the valuable real estate on the map, but all those seem like fine options. I think I'd go with experimental forest city dome crater convert if I were going to choose that line. Other things we should consider, it's a 3-player game, so Media Archives is usually going to be worth it at the end of the game, so I would keep that. Hired Raiders, also worth it. Cards like Sabotage lose a lot of value in 3-player because you're paying 4 mega credits to hurt someone for 7, which is, not a great trade. But Hired Raiders can be just net neutral for you with the 2 steel and hurt someone else. Or 1 mega credit loss, which is not as big of a deal as a 4 mega credit loss. And so because of that, Hired Raiders can even be worth +1 money with Media Archives as well. So it's not as debilitating to take this. So this is a hate card that still has value in 3, 4, or 5-player as opposed to in 2-player games. The rest of it, not really interesting enough to speculate on. So I see 2 lines here. 3 lines. Line 1, you go Tharsis with Biofuels and Experimental Forest, taking the City card and the Power card, and Media Archives and Hired Raiders. You go for my conversion plan I laid out, and then with the money that we have, we also go for Dome Crater and get that, and then get a conversion. So we have 2 greeneries, 2 cities, Gen 1, well on our way to Gardner and Merritt. That looks pretty good. The second plan is same thing, but skip the biofuels and take Acquired Space Agency instead. Acquired Space Agency lets us have a chance of finding some big space events, which is fantastic for any player count. Has a chance of whiffing though, so maybe not as good. Lastly, you go Phobolog with Steelworks, Nuke Power, Biofuels, Space Station, TG. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, yeah, that's all you can take. You could hire raiders as long as you're counting on someone having cash around. Uh, but then you're going to play Nuke Power to open, and then you'll play Steelworks. Yeah, and then you're going to play Steelworks Gen 2 and proceed to bump and hoping that you find enough Jovians to make it worthwhile. Um, I'm not a fan of that. I think it's a little too reliant on the ASA. I believe I would do Tharsis with ASA and Experimental Forest and go for the Dome Creator with Nuke Power next generation. Let's see what's chosen here. Okay. Yeah, very reasonable. So they're going the line that I talked about. I would still take the Nuke Power in order to have the power lying around, but I think this is perfectly reasonable. Also, I didn't mention it, but Tharsis does improve as the player count goes up, so 3-player game means Tharsis is better than a 2-player game. And since it is a 3-player game, I'm not planning on talking about every single person's moves. I am probably just going to call out some highlights. If you guys want to see the details in more detail, then you can go to the description of the video. I'm gonna post a link to the table, and you can go through it yourself if you want to see the minutia. But we got IO Research Outpost, which is not the best prelude, and Galilean Mining, which is a terrible prelude. Okay, so he's going all Joves as Point Luna. That's not very good. If he has alloys or like the other Jovian multipliers, that's better. But I missed that. The TG was kept. Yeah, I wouldn't keep TG without ASA, to be quite honest. But you know, you live and you learn. Yeah, I would just swap this with Nuke Power, I think. Huge asteroid, so temperature going up fast. Polar Industries taking 2 cards. That is normally what players will do. So yeah, we got some heat in the game from Terractor. And we're experimental foresting. Okay, that's fine. With biofuels, it doesn't really matter where you put it. I would be tempted to put it on 2 plants, but the titanium is fine as well. And what do we find? Well, we would have found asteroid mining and towing a comet with the ASA. With the IO not far behind. Jovian believers, where you guys at? Okay, Jovians are gone, man. Alright, we got Moss. Anti-grav is gone. Solar is gone, that's sad. Mass is gone. Man, this was a pretty hot deck at the beginning, and we're losing a lot of the power cards. Urbanize gone, Ganymede gone. Oh no, the Joves are in shambles. So that's everything but wife now accounted for, right? So good luck with your Jove game plan, buddy. I hope you find a lot of space events. Okay, pets. Well, we've been countered, boys. The pets is going to be good here, I think. Mars University? Okay, that's a pretty good start. Yeah, we do our city, and I assume we're just raiding someone. Yeah, taking the money. Card draw with Inventors Guild with the Mars U. It's pretty good. Though, you know, nothing like crazy. So yeah, I like the Dome Crater there. I like the conversion. Sure. Then I like playing Adapted Lichen here. Yeah, alright. Good. I like it so far, except for that TG. Yeah, of these options, I think you do take Protected Valley. It has the most upside early on. Secures Gardener. It does production. MedLab is getting past. I missed the direction that we're passing to this generation. I think it's Michael, but we'll see. We don't want the science tag to get to Terractor, ideally, but it is what it is. I suspect Advanced Eco gets taken, so I think Lichen is what we get back, and I'm okay with getting Lichen back, because it's playable right now. Oh, alright, so we are passing to Michael, yeah. So I expect Michael will cut the science tag from the Terractor, but we'll see. Alright, Protected Valley, I like. PSC is a little annoying, but I don't see it happening this game. Mangrove is a great point scoring card. Giant Space Mirror gives us the opportunity to get some power down. With Nuke Power, I think it could be really interesting just to have 6 energy flowing over to 6 heat in this setup, but we didn't take that. Mangrove is really good, but I think without nuke power, Giant Space Mirror is more important, so I would take this card. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Commercial District, you don't want that to be annoying on us. You might think we could play Commercial District, and we could, but I'm not really a fan of that. I would rather uh, not spend all that extra money. Our development's fine already with our cities and with Protected Valley. I don't think we need to spend extra money on the Commercial District without card draw in hand. We get Advanced Ecosystems back, which I didn't expect, but I'll happily take. So I'd buy 3, and I would just play Protected Valley with our Perfect Cash this gen, and then we can Giant Space Mirror next gen. Molehole area, alright, well, I love to see that. Ooh, we passed? I don't like the pass. I think you definitely should have just played Protected Valley here. That's 3 production we just skipped on. Alright, well, Research Outpost, that is pretty good. It gives us a little production at least. It gives them a pets point, discount on stuff, and space hotels, yeah. Point Luna, loving that. Yeah, Lycan comes, it's reasonable enough. Just don't think it's better than Advanced Eco. Fusion Power's awfully cute. Trees is good too, but man, imagine if we had taken the nuke power. Then we could do Giant Space Mirror, Nuke Power, Fusion Power, and be rolling in the energy. Be kind of cute to go Fusion Power and hope that Space Mirror's wheels, which it probably will, to get the 6 energy coming over here. But I don't think it's quite good enough. I think Trees is probably still the best card here. Yep. Herbivores I would take because it's an animal and we have advanced ecosystems. Mine is not bad here, but it is Gen 3, so it's a little late. I would consider mine without advanced eco, but with advanced eco, it's definitely Herbies. Underground City, just, I mean, I don't know, the Zeppelins could end up being pretty good. I would still do Underground City, but I don't think I'd keep it. Okay, and Space Mirrors did come back, so we could have considered the fusion power, but yeah, no need. So, I know some of you might be thinking, oh, Giant Space Mirrors, Underground City, we're Tharsis, get Mirror, we should do it, right? Problem is, it kind of locks us into a state that I'm not sure I want to be, because I kind of want to have some energy rolling over to heat. Because this Point Luna guy just played Research Outpost and has a bunch of titanium prod, and while the Jove molts are gone, we don't have to worry about Jove so much. They will find more card draws. They get the Earth tags, and Terractor here has Mars U and Inventors Guild, so they are also able to find more things to do easier than we can. So it's not very clear we want to have a long, drag-out game. I would prefer to have some energy rolling over to heat and score some points and move the game tempo along. And if it looks like we need a longer game, we could just hold on to the heat for a while longer. So I would not do Underground City. I think Trees is a little far away as well. I think just Herbies, personally. But Trees isn't, like, awful. Okay. We are doing Underground City. I think that's a little too aggressive because we don't really need the steel. It's not really doing that much for us here. Yeah, this is getting overly focused on I'm Tharsis, therefore I must play cities, in my opinion. But we'll see. So Martian Survey is played. Miranda Resort for a little more production. And Industrial Center. Yeah, those types of cards become a lot more potent in 3-player. It's already great in 2-player, but it's even more potent in 3-player as cities are much more likely to be seen. Alright. So we talked about it already. Sabotage is not a good card. Asteroid is a much better card. Methane from Titan, I don't really love given the guy with all the Jove stuff and all this titanium. But I don't want to lose our plants. So I think I would still do the Asteroid. Methane from Titan is playable, but we already saw all the Joves go away basically, so it's not really a card to worry about. We could take it for ourselves, but it does mean we lose 3 plants. So I could go either way on this. I would like Methane from Titan more if we had the 3 energy still, because the 3 energy rolls over to the heat, and coming in with the 2 heat, that helps get us the heat every other gen or so. But 2 heat just by itself isn't really that impactful. And the 2 plants, while nice, is not really worth 31 cash that we're going to have to pay for it. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, standard tech is great in this position. Land claim is annoying. You don't want to get hit by that. And AAA is not effective enough. And yeah, water splitting comes back. Not particularly a good card here. So Asteroid, standard tech, I think are the clear picks. Land claim, too expensive for what it does. Yeah, Point Luna does get to draw with Bribe Committee, which is a downside. And oh, Virus, man, that sucks. So, they had the choice between us and Green. I think it makes sense to hit us because we had full value, whereas Green did not. So, yeah, that's kind of where 3 players' skill factor comes in, is determining who you should hit with hate effects. Alright, Olympus Conference and Mars U. Now Green is scary. Everyone should now be scared of Green because they have the science package able to come online. Fortunately, we know that Mass Converter and AGT are out of the deck, but we still need to watch out for other science shenanigans that can occur here with 1.5 card draw from every science tag. Okay, I like Protected Valley. Mayor, sure. You can claim Mayor. Okay, BFAT gets played, which I love to see. That helps move heat track along without being that efficient from other Jovian molts. Okay, so I would take the Cupola, though this is one of the reasons why Underground City wasn't really needed, right? It's always a chance of finding better cities. Yeah, I'd take Cupola over Import here. Import's just not that efficient. Passing to Green, so hopefully Green cuts Import. Well, honestly, Red's getting something good no matter what. Either card draw from Import or the Jovian from Callisto. Local heat trapping is better in this state. I would take Lake Marineris, though. It has by far the most upside here. And I'm seeing some heat prod, and there's not a lot of oceans down yet. Yeah, I like it. GHG producing bacteria. We don't want to give the science tag back to the guy with Olympus Mars U. Yeah, I like it. I would even go so far as saying you can keep it, because looking like we're able to do like an SP greenery convert, and that makes GHG playable here. So I would keep 3. I'm surprised that Red didn't take GHG. That must mean that they took the Jovian instead, because don't think mag field generators is exactly a... Maybe they did take it for that 4 energy. Wow. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah, I think since we've passed all of the other heat and we've used all of our energy, Import's too bad when you have standard tech already. Yeah. Like, yeah, we're playing standard tech to set up for some standard shenanigans stuff, but it's a little inefficient. I would have really liked to have gotten our conversions in, because no, we do have to claim though. Yeah, we have to claim because Red is able to claim Planner right now, and Green looks like they can claim Builder this gen. So you do have to claim Mayor. I do agree with that. Yeah. Okay, SP Ocean. I do not like that play. We have Lake Marineris. We don't need to SP the oceans. Yeah, it gets us a conversion, sure, but I would rather have a little more money to hit whatever heat track I need to, as opposed to just doing this here. If we hadn't bought the TG, then we could then play the GHG producing bacteria, and I'd like this play a lot more. But without that, I don't like it as much. Ooh, 4 power energy saving into the AI Central. Okay, so there is the science. So green now is the scariest person here, I would say. We're passing to red, and we don't really want to give investment loan to red. We could take Electrocat, but Electrocat's not really that good. It's okay, but you know, it's essentially 13 mega credits. Well, no, that's not right. 15 mega credits because the steel. 15 mega credits for 1 energy, but it costs us our power. So it means we can't play our cupola, which means we need to add a cost of 8 onto it because of standard tech. So 23 mega credits for 1 point and 5 cash prod. So it's not really going to pay off till the end of the game, essentially. Assuming it's looking like a Gen 10 end, which it may. It depends on when the space events start coming down. Toll Station, kind of cute, but again, it's Gen 6, a little too late. If we were in the state earlier, I'd liked it more. Search for Life, I don't want going to green, so I'm hoping red cuts it. I don't really like Electrocat going to green either, to be clear, but I think I'd still do investment loan. And I expect Toll Station wheels. And honestly, it's not the worst Toll Station, but I probably would not play it. Though it is interesting for banker purposes. Okay, the heat, again, this is why I really wish we had more energy and could have kept some of our other... If we had enough energy, I'd feel a lot better about taking Carbonate and playing it for the heat prod. I'd like that a lot if we had nuke power or still had some energy from GSM. But since we have the cupola and probably want to play it, I'm a lot less enthused about a Gen 6 Carbonate, which means I'm not taking it. I'm taking Trans-Neptune Probe. Yeah, I wouldn't keep the Carbonate, but it's okay. Wave power over Regolith is pretty clear. Regolith is pretty bad. I'm surprised green passed on Search for Life. That's a little weird to me. That means they value the production from Toll Station, I assume. I would take investment loan. I don't think Carbonate is quite good enough with standard tech already played, but let's see. Okay. Funding Landlord, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Landlord is looking pretty good for us. Okay, Earth Catapult from Point Luna. So both of our opponents are now on the scarier engine side. So what does that mean for us? So in 3-player, you have to ride the wave, right? You have to kind of identify who your ally is, who the scarier person is, and what the tempo is that you want to be targeting for this game. 2-player, it's kind of decided for you, right? You have your game plan, and based on how your opponent's doing, you know if you need to try and accelerate or if you need to slow down. Obviously, your cards will depend a lot about what you can or can't do, but you can try and guide how effective your cards are going to be in paying off based on the tempo that you observe. Here you can try and do the same thing, but what you really want to do is you really want to align yourself with the other guy. So we are in a bit of a problem right now in that it looks like both of our opponents are aligning with a engine setup, which means that if we try to align to a terraforming setup, we're probably not going to be able to end in time before it gets a little insane for them. And unfortunately, we have been aligning ourselves to a kind of terraforming setup. The good news is that they all produce some heat, so hopefully it means they keep using some heat and it aligns to more of a mid-range setup than a terraforming setup. But we need to be prepared that it could be a long one here with that. Now, the good news is is that generally speaking, if two of the players are both going engine, what that normally means is that one of them is going to win and one of them is going to get last, and the terraformer is going to get second. Generally speaking, that's the way it goes because the terraformer is able to get enough points from terraforming that they get efficient enough, floor on their points. And the two engine players are too busy fighting over all the engine parts, meaning that one of them is going to get a stronger engine than the other, and so they're going to accelerate to a win, and the other weaker engine is not going to be able to keep up with the terraformer or the much stronger engine, and they're going to fall into last place. So we'll see how this plays out, but that's the dynamic I expect to see here. You can see Rocket Ship has the lead right now, but unless tempo swings, I don't like his odds here of getting first. Alright, Decomposers is down. And an Arctic algae with 7 oceans just appeared. Whoa, that's bad news. That's real bad news. Well, we get the GHG going at least. Get tapped. But it's not us, luckily, because of our carbonate. So big brain there, Rocket Ship. So instead, green gets hit, which is definitely the correct target by red, even if we had power. And there is the Callisto Penal Mines. So that means that they took the mag field generators? Interesting, green. That's ambitious. Sold a card. I don't know what for. Toll station. Yeah, it's a pretty good toll station. Now we pass. Okay, don't randomly sell cards and then pass. I don't know what that really was for, but your cards are a valuable resource. Don't just waste them. If I had to assume, it was seeing if like an ocean would come down to play Moss, but I mean, come on, it's not worth selling a card for, in my opinion. All right. Heat Trappers is a hate card that is a lot weaker in 3-player, and it's Gen 7, so it's very weak. I would take Lagrange. I don't want to give the Mars U Olympus Conference AI guy more science cards. Power Infrastructure, a little scary that it could wield to Michael there, but yeah, you take the better science tag. Okay, Design's too slow. This is just outright too slow. It is Gen 7. We have standard tech. This is not going to provide enough value. We don't have to standard out, to be fair. That's not what I'm saying to do. But this just is not going to get enough value for its high price tag. Clear Ecozone, though. Thank you very much. Energy Tapping is too weak of a card. It is minus a victory point when we have standard tech. I would take Black Polar, but I don't think I'd play it necessarily. Okay, and Heat Trappers does wheel. Like I said, it's weaker in this format. I just take Ecozone. The other cards are not really strong enough to justify. Energy Tapping, in 2-player it's great to hurt your opponent. Here, I'm not really interested in hitting either of them. It's not really critical amounts of power that they have, and it costs 6 and minus a victory point when we can just standard power for 8. It's not worth hitting your opponent for that. Okay, Electrocat. So Michael is trying to go engine still, but how are you getting the plants in order to power the Electrocat? It seems like a pretty bad Electrocat, but we'll see. He is raising up, which is definitely in our interest. With standard tech, we can SP greeneries around all of our cities, and we do have the Herbies, which is good. Okay, Media Group has made an appearance. I'd have waited on the Ecozone, but it's fine. Asteroid to blow up 8 plants. I like that. Point Luna drawn more cards with the Earth Office. And a mining area. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Helps on Landlord a little bit too. Okay, I'm not a fan of the energy tapping, but he does correctly hit green. They are the biggest threat. Okay, so there's the steal from the Electrocat. Alright, we'll see how long this game goes, but keep in mind, that was energy that they had to pay. it was mining area they had to draft, though it'll pay for itself. It was. I don't think it's gonna pay off, is what I'm trying to say. Long story short. Physics complex too. Okay, well maybe you should have tapped this guy. Oh well. So yeah, definitely both going engine here. And MedLab, that's pretty good production. Just 3 though, so not crazy. NRA comes down. Yeah, that's looking pretty good for green there. Heat is going up at least. So it looks like trees will be online next generation. Oh, Nuke Zone. Yeah, that's a fantastic card. Corporate Stronghold, I guess. Okay, Adaptation Tech is fine too. Okay, so Nitro Moss and mining rights. Neither really matters. You could say mining rights is fine for landlord. Nitro Moss does allow us to go longer scale, and we do have Ecozone put down, but again, it's so late in the game, I'm not really convinced it's better than just standard greeneries here. So I do mining rights personally. Eh, yeah. I wouldn't buy either. Just Nuke Zone for me. Nitro Moss is okay, but I think it's too much. Trees is like what we really want to be playing. Oh, well, Deimos down. That sucks. Buy all of our plants. Again, it's correct to do, but it's really unfortunate when you lose all your plants like that. But hey, we get to Nuke Zone at least. Wrong order though. Nuke Zone there is wrong. What he should have done is he should have done Lake Marineris value first, and then Nuke Zone for an extra 2 cash back. But well, I see what he's thinking here, right? What he's thinking is, I want to ensure that I get the GHG bacteria and my heat value and my Nuke Zone value. But that's a little flawed. The Nuke Zone isn't required to be played, right? Because look at this. We have a heat prod, they have a heat prod, they have a heat prod, and our GHG. If we don't play the Nuke Zone, then all of us get one more heat bump, and we're all happy. But because of this now, we're having a heat not be used, and at least green isn't getting a heat being used. That's good, because I think they are the scariest, but just kind of makes us lose 2 points and a bunch of cash for nothing. And it's not like this was real estate that we didn't have access to. We could just play like Cupola City here, right? And then we're much happier, and we don't really need to spend that 13 mega credits on the Nuke Zone. Though I guess we bought it, so it's just a loss of 2 instead of a loss of 13, 9, loss of 9. Anyway. Drawing. Flooding. I'm a little surprised he didn't hit us, but I guess he needs the plants for conversion. Yeah. So green showing good knowledge here, doing the river walking, ocean walking, whatever you want to call it. Basically saying it's okay to give you a point because me getting the cash is very valuable. It does mean the tempo's picking up though, which is great for us. And more surprising, none of them took their heat. I don't understand why you wouldn't take your heat when the free point is just sitting there, but never punished. Okay, you can play Moss, sure. We really want to do the Lake Marineris value, but I think he's wanting to be careful of green here, getting the ocean bonus. Not ocean bonus, temperature bonus. But the thing is it doesn't matter, right? Temperature is maxed, so we don't care if he gets 8%. We already maxed temperature. Fuel Factory is not normally what you want to play in Gen 8. Green getting the conversions, looking good. Knock the City, very good. Um, so yeah, I would definitely want to Lake Marineris. I definitely want to play Cupola City. I definitely want to play Trees. Is it possible to make all of that happen here? Probably. Um, with investment loan, I think it is. Well, there's all the ocean rebates taken up, which is, again, great play by Green. Okay, Irby's is fine. Viral enhancers for Green too. Uh-oh. Yeah, not looking too good. Alright, here's where the game kind of shifts. So, when you've witnessed your opponent doing all that, and, yeah, so let's go take a look at Green's tableau here for a bit. They've played both Deimos and NRA. They got Media Group. They have Inventors Guild, AI Central. They got both Science card draw payoffs. They have Viral Enhancer payoffs. They're crushing it. They got great TR. They got a bunch of greeneries from their conversions. They got the city down now as well. So Landlord is 7-9. So now they're even threatening Landlord. This is where you go. I am playing for second place. Green has won this game. There's no more debate or outplaying or anything of that sort. Green's just winning. How do I get second place? And so now the whole game is about how do I target red here to make red lose. And red, meanwhile, also has probably realized that they can't beat green, so now they're going to be targeting blue to make sure blue loses. And so now all the hate is going to go towards each other, and green is just going to walk away completely unhit because realistically I don't see any way that anyone catches green this game. But let's see. Cupola is good to play now, sure. Urbanized is out of the deck. We don't have to worry about that. Methane from Titan finally makes its appearance. Small animals hits blue. Yeah. So here's the flip side, of course. Green is still wanting to make sure they're winning, so they're going to keep targeting blue, right? The second place guy. So red targets blue because third place attacking second place. Green attacks blue because first place attacking second place, and then blue attacks red, second place attacking third place. It's funny how the game theory works out, but that's generally how it works out. And that's what I believe the placings are going to be here. I think it's going to be first, second, third, just based on what I see at this game state. We'll see as the game goes on here, but if I'm correct or not. Like I said, I've not observed this game before. These cards are all kind of garbage. I think you would go Soil Factory, but it's not a very good card. What you kind of are thinking about here is what are the odds that Banker is funded? And the odds are not bad. Certainly, if you pass Installation to Green, Green can now be at 18 and win Banker, so it means Banker is never a thing for you. But Scientist is pretty contested. I'm not sure Scientist is getting funded. Thermalist looks like it could be funded, but it's not clear yet by either of these, so it might be up in the air. Miner, again, looks a little too unclear to be funded. So I think Banker is one of the more likely ones to be fundable, but it's so easy to lose. Yeah, I'm going to say all these are too in flux for any firm fund to be made. So based on that, I think I would do Soil Factory, but I wouldn't like it. Okay, well, take the birds. For sure, viral enhancers, birds is always especially frustrating to be hit by. These don't matter, so imported GHG, I guess. Okay, microbes, sure. Like I said, doesn't matter. Birds, I would keep soil factory with the steel. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so TR is what you want to get here. So Lake Marineris for 6 cash pocket into converting there, I like a lot. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Restricted area from red, blocking RVP. So this is again the third place attacking the second place. I know it looks like we're winning right now, but I can assure you, based on what I've seen from green, we are not winning. And then he funds scientist. All right. So this is one of those annoying things. What red did is completely correct for them. It's just annoying for the game state. Red is not playing to win anymore by funding scientist, in my opinion, because I think green's going to actually win scientist. But at the very least, what they're hoping to do is to stall the game out and not have it in too quickly, and at least get 2 points and make sure that blue gets nothing, because that helps them get second place. Green does an SP City, which I'll be honest, that's like one of the first moves of theirs in a while I'm not really a fan of. I don't think SP City and that location is doing enough to really justify it. I would be more inclined to go like right here on 7-8 and then convert up there, but see what they end up doing here. Yeah, conversion's happening. Game pace is permafrost 2 from red. Alright, so red is pushing game end. Ice asteroid now. Game end is very close. So Media Archive and Skip wanting to see where this goes. Is it possible for another conversion to come down for the birds? I would be surprised. I don't think there's enough gas in the tank for this to end right here in Gen 9. I think we're going Gen 10. Okay, taking the last TR I do like, but it does mean we can't play any of our point scoring cards. Yeah, science fight occurring for scientists there with the breathing filters. Whoa. Sold 10 cards. What the heck? Okay. Suddenly I'm no longer so certain that green is winning this one. What? They just sold 10 cards? They had 10 garbage cards in their hand? Alright. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that one. That's yeah. I don't know what to say about that at all. That seems so bad. Because that was all your Mars U cycles. Did it really just draw like nothing from AI Central from all those generations? Okay, suddenly maybe blue is back into this. I would take fish over Noctis farming personally. But that's just me. Business contacts. Yeah, the cards don't do anything. Fuel generators, though they don't really do anything. Biomass, sure. Like I said, they don't do anything. You can keep Noctis farming with the steel you have, I guess, but I wouldn't have done any of them. Okay, well now with 15 cards in hand, maybe it's Michael that ends up winning, and we were targeting the wrong guy. I thought this guy looked a lot scarier with the AI and the card draw and the NRA and all that, but I gotta be honest, when you are down to just one card left in hand, and your draft was nothing but duds, you're not that scary anymore. He does get the last TR, which is good for him. Everyone just going through their actions. Okay, so now green funds Thermalist, which makes sense, but which is one of the more frustrating aspects as well. Remember, blue didn't align with the tide, right? Green and red had more of an alignment with what they were trying to do with the tempo of the game, and that meant they both had similar types of prod lineups, and so as a result, they both have high amounts of heat, and Thermalist makes a lot of sense, and the Scientist makes a lot of sense. So the two of them are synergizing with each other's awards, and poor Blue is being left out here in the cold because he doesn't compete on any of them. So yeah, Thermalist Fund makes a lot of sense for green. And yeah, standard greeneries, birds, advanced ecosystems. Yeah, red's hitting blue. SP City. Down there? Oof. It's not very good scoring. Yeah, I gotta be honest, it might be red that wins this one. Optimal arrow braking, so space event's about to come down. Oh, green had greenhouses. That's really good. Okay. Maybe green does end up winning. Alright, blue has advanced ecosystems. Yeah. Oh, there's the large convoy from Point Luna. You love to see it. That is why I would not have passed the fish. I think fish was definitely the card to keep there. So yeah, it's a nice 6 points from the fish there. Plus one more, so 7 from using it. So Ecozone ended up being 10, so yeah, that's good. Can't complain about that any. Irby's is going to be 3, so I mean 3 points, so can't complain about that either. Oh, scientists from the research that help fight back. So yeah, I gotta be honest, Michael's looking pretty good position here. I had him for last because of all the cards in Green's hand, but he's pulling a mighty good rally here. It might be enough because it looked like Green just doesn't have anything in their hand. Cartel. Okay, paying 2 to draw a card. Really paying 3 because you could have sold the cartel. Not the best move. Let's see. Okay, green's done. Red selling the Electrocat. Activating the fish. Physics complex. Local heat trapping for the fish. Yeah. IO Mining Industries. Oh, baby. Didn't that get cycled at the beginning of the game? I think I must have missed it, because, yeah, there's only 22 cards in the discard. The deck was shuffled. The deck was shuffled, and Red found the IO Mining Industries from the shuffle so that the Joe Volts that had been thrown away came back into their hand. Oh my goodness. A massive 7-point card just dropped. The Jove Preludes ended up paying off with this extra points there. A 7-point card just dropped. Incredible. And Lightning Harvest for another point. Yeah. Wow. So conversions. Also, green gave red a point because they want to maximize their points as well. Well, um, that's unfortunate. So we look down here, right? He places the forest there on hex 5, 9, which I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So right, he placed the greenery right there, which makes sense. He put the city there. He wants to get the point for next to his city. But what does that end up doing? That ends up giving red an additional point, which means that red gets 87 points, and that is one more than 86 points from blue. Blue would have won on Mega Credit tie by 6 Mega Credits, but instead, because green was trying to maximize their own score, they ended up choosing red to be the winner over blue. Which, it's just one of those ways that you're like, oh, seriously? When it happens to you. But, yeah, I mean that's kind of how 3-player goes, and I don't think Green was even wrong to do that. By the way, they were trying to maximize their score, and that is how they maximize their score. But it is unfortunate to even be put into that position of knowing that whatever choice you make, it is going to impact the winner of the game. Um, I've been there as the person having to decide who wins, and I don't like that feeling personally. It feels bad. So yeah, that was a crazy game. A crazy ending. I truly thought Green had it in the bag, but I guess AI Central just drew nothing for them. And then I thought Red had no chance, but then the fish pass, which was massive compared to the Noctis City, I mean, the Noctis farming, which just wasn't doing anything. The fish was absolutely massive, and and they also got the IO from the deck shuffle in order to have a huge 7-point play like that. I thought that there was no more Joe Moltz left, really, that would make any sense for them. So, man, dramatic end. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a mix-up here with a 3-player game. And if you guys have anything else that you want for me to cover, let me know. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.